This Flight Club Air Jordan 4 is flying under the radar right now, and I think I might have also
like, bro, these are so slept on, bruh.
Underestimated this shoe as well. So let's go ahead and unbox these things and break down all the styles, cuts, materials, and details, and a good storyline too. Looking at the lid of the box, you're gonna notice you got,
yeah, bro, like, look at the box and shit. Like, bro, how are people passing up on this, bro? Like, there's no way. Hey man, we finna be tapping into the Air Jordan 4 Flight Club, man. Now I'm not gonna lie, bro, I seen these, I ain't gonna lie, they're going for a cool price. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna recommend you get you a pair of these, like, no cap. Know what I'm saying? Without further ado, we finna tap into bro's review right here. We finna tap in, see what he talking about. Let's get it.
this Flight Club Air Jordan 4 is flying under the radar right now, and I think I might have also
like, bro, these are so slept on, bruh.
Underestimated this shoe as well. So let's go ahead and unbox these things and break down all the styles, cuts, materials, and details, and a good storyline too. Looking at the lid of the box, you're gonna notice you got,
yeah, bro, like, look at the box and shit. Like, bro, how are people passing up on this, bro? Like, there's no way.
How? Hold on, bro. How you, I'm saying, how, like, talk to me, bro.
your all over matte black finish. Now typically here you have a big red Jumpman in the center of the box, but this time it's actually see-through and you can see the paper on the other side, which also emulates the bottom half of the box.
Nice. Nice, guys. High five that.
Where you have the imagery all throughout. Now this is going to be something that's kind of similar if you guys remember the Jordan 10s that recently came out last year, and that resembled an original style box from back in the day. At the top end on the lid of the box, instead of having your Nike Air branding, which we do have on the back tab, a whole nother conversation, this time you have the Air Jordan Flight Club logo. Looking at the size tag, it reads Air Jordan 4 Retro OG
Okay, all right.
FC for Flight Club, Sail Black, University Red.
That boy got some big feet, huh? He a cool size 13. Boy got them Yeti feet.
Size 13, just for me. And retail on these bad boys was $220. And a lot of people are saying they're waiting to catch them on sale, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ, and this is the DNA Show. Now lifting off the lid of the box, like I was talking about earlier, where you could see the paper through that, you can also see, again, this is the same as the box, which as you can see like this, as I move it around, it all just kind of cohesive and everything, which is really cool. And then peeling that back, you have an extra set of white paper right here, which is pretty standard. And then peeling that back, you got the shoe. Oh yeah, got this.
Damn, this is only going for $220?
Shoe. Now before we start breaking these bad boys down and going over all the styles, cuts, materials, and subtle switch ups, you know we gotta go over the history first. Back in 1989, the original Air Jordan 4 hit the scene in 4 different colorways: the white cement, the black cement, the military, and the fire red. Also during this time, everybody knows MJ was doing his thing on the court, but they decided to create a mail-in membership that was $15 a year where people could join the Flight Club. You would receive a card in the mail and then also have opportunities to get special Flight Club branded memorabilia, merchandise, and autographed photos from Michael Jordan.
Interesting.
It's honestly been fun going through Google and finding these images. I remember seeing this stuff back in the day as a kid, and then I realized I actually have some of this stuff in my collection as well. Now, as the mid-90s started to roll around, things began to change, right? You guys remember the .com era, websites, the internet. A lot more stuff became digital, and this program slowly fizzled off as Jordan Brand was on the process of becoming its own entity in 1997. So from that point on, there was a good run, a lot of memories. We've been seeing a ton of stories from people that were a part of the Flight Club back in the day, which has been dope. And please let me know,
bro, that was back when, that was a time to be alive. That was back when you would be able to buy a pair of Jordans for at least 200, you know what I'm saying, at the most expensive. But now the most expensive Jordan is probably touching a couple thousand now, a couple thou. Wow.
Down below in the comment section if you were an original OG in the Flight Club back in the day, in your memories or things that you still have or used to have or whatever it was. I would love to hear those stories down below in the comment section. But it's been almost 30 years since the Flight Club went away, and Jordan Brand decided they wanted to bring it back with a bang, and starting it off with this Air Jordan 4, which also makes me wonder what's gonna come in the future. Are there gonna be other models? Are there gonna be other 4s? Is there gonna be special memorabilia? What do we have that's set to come? If you guys remember last year, we saw the rare air pack, which was representative for the 40th year anniversary and the samples and different iterations like that. And they create storylines and give us multiple models. So who's to say they may not do the same thing with these and give us a Jordan 1 and a Jordan 3 and a 4 and an 11 again? I don't know, right? All I'm saying is I would love to see what happens, and let me know your thoughts and impressions and guesses to what we could see in the future.
I feel like it's gonna be an entire series of just when they like releasing different sneaker models. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Hey, is this an ad? You know, I gotta skip past this, brother. Oh, wait, no, is this the history?
Yo, DNA fam, I know you guys are into sneakers, so I'm gonna
Oh no, never mind. It's an ad. It's an ad.
have the Nike Air, and then besides that, pretty simple color blocking. Now, when you got the Nike on the bottom, that means what? You got the Nike Air on the back tab, but we'll get into that in a second because
I always thought the Nike Air on the back was extra hard, bruh.
is a subtle twist. You got your two-tone midsole, more of a sail color here on the bottom half, and then black on the top end. And then looking at the upper, honestly, the leather's pretty solid. These are not bad. And a lot of people are actually really happy with these when they got them in hand. So hopefully you guys are able to tell through the on-foots and videos as we go throughout this. Now, speaking of materials, you have a different switch up right here. You have more of a Harrier suede on the front end on the mud guard, and this time it has stitching and lines that go all throughout this. Now, I'm not exactly sure what these stitch lines represent, so please let me know down below in the comment section what those are for, and if anything, how do you feel about them? Now, besides that, looking at the side panels, you're gonna have your sail mesh and nets on that, and then going to the TPU pieces on the eye stays on the bottom and the top right here, all black with the matte finish. And then these come standard with a pair of sail laces and 2 additional laces, some kind of like pinkish color and a yellow color. Everybody's like, why didn't we get black? Why didn't we get this? Why didn't we get that? I don't know about the pinkish color. I get it from like the faded look.
Yeah, no, the pink's not gonna do it for me. I'll say that much.
Maybe it was like red and it faded to pink over time, similar to like how the Royal ones, how that kind of faded to that purplish color over the years. I don't know. I can't say that I would be willing to switch my sail laces out for the yellow or the pink. And you guys know I'm very lazy. I typically go with whatever laces are standard already in the shoe. Now, besides that, going up to the tongue, you have a smooth leather here. Pretty nice and folded back like your classic OG style and cut. And again, the entire cut of this shoe is going to give you that 1989 vibe when it comes to the shape. But on the tongue, major difference. When it comes to your black cement Air Jordan 4s, you'll notice right here you have your Jumpman with the Flight just below that, and this time you have that Air Jordan Flight Club patch. Now, honestly, this is a major switch up that we were not expecting, but I can say
I'm not mad at it though. I'm not against it.
after seeing them on foot, seeing them in hand with this type of patch, and again, we get different stuff, and this is not an original colorway, I'm not mad at it. Now, would it have been cool if they would have put the Jumpman on the back to go with that, since it's not an OG colorway?
Yeah, sure.
I understand that, but I can also understand the storyline of the Nike Air on the back, because during this time, that's when the Nike Air was around, and we're getting that OG cut, so I get that as well. So for the sake of the back tab and the front on the tongue, I know it's a different switch up or going back to its OG depending on which angle you're looking at, but I'm not mad at it. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section, because this patch and this logo is representative of that patch from back in the day, so it has to be somewhere on the shoe, and this is probably the best place to put it, unless they did a small hit right here, kind of like the Mars Blackman forest from back in the day. Would have been kind of cool, but it's just too detailed and too much going on, so it definitely makes sense for them to put that patch here on the tongue. Now, behind the tongue, you're going to notice more similar to your OG style with that red behind, and then your black patch with the red Air Jordan branding. Now, looking at the sock liner, this is one thing that I thought,
oh damn, they even got it on the midsole, huh? That's crazy.
that was really cool as well. They did the whole print like we saw on the box and the paper all throughout the sock liner, and then you also have that Flight Club branding in the center of the heel. And then when it comes to the quality of the insole and actual comfort, you got that Dream Cell, so it's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst, and we've been getting that pretty standard lately. Before, it was way worse, way cheaper, they didn't put the money into it, and now they're using better materials, OG cut.
I will say though, bro, if you have like low arches or flat feet or plantar fasciitis and all that other stuff, Jordans, Nikes and all that, they're not gonna help you, bro. I'm gonna probably, like, since that's like something like me, I probably have a struggle with, might have to buy some soles, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro, because like, gang, they don't, like, Jordans are meant to look good. Like, this is what I be saying, like, Jordans aren't the most comfortable shoe, but like, they're meant to look good. They're not really meant to hooping. Like, I know Michael Jordan, he used to say his feet used to bleed in some of the shoes he used to wear. Like, yeah, bro, Jordans they're not always the most comfortable shoe they can be, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
Good hits, nice details on the sock liner, a solid insole, saying that it's not an OG colorway, which we always want the polyurethane, at least on the OG. So I think overall, again, this is not going to be the sneaker of the year and the most hype this and the most hype that.
It's not.
But it's definitely one of those shoes that.
But it's alright. It's calm. You know what I'm saying? It's doing its thing.
People are going to talk about later and be like, damn, I should have got those. And then they kind of creep up later or whatever it may be. And that's what made me think about another shoe that resembled these and kind of how that played out. The military black Air Jordan 4. So if you guys remember this, during this time, this was like more of the peak of Jordan 4s going crazy when it comes to pricing and those elements. This was one of those more affordable, more obtainable at its time, and then it started to go up in value and became very expensive. Not as expensive as the Black Cats, but at the same time, people were selling it for double the retail, right? So this one and this one, you can see, look very, very similar. Which made me wonder, which one do people like more? Is it going to have that same trajectory?
I feel like people would gravitate towards this more just because it's more familiar. But I'm not mad at this either.
Are people even going to perceive this shoe the same? The back tab is different. The front is different. This one's more of a pure white. This one's a sail. It's obviously very similar, but it's got black mesh compared to the white mesh on the side, or sail mesh on the side. So there's, again, different elements, different pieces to these shoes that definitely make them different. But from the untrained sneaker wizard's eye, they're gonna say, oh, that's the same shoe. Which makes me think, because these are flying under the radar, it's the beginning of the year, people haven't gotten tax money back, they just spent all their money on Christmas, there's a lot of stuff going on in the economy, you name it. There's so many different reasons and elements to all this stuff, right?
He ain't lying.
And obviously people are looking forward to other stuff that's coming out. Super Bowl All-Star Weekend, we got some crazy bangers that's dropping, some collaborations that are coming out soon. I could understand all the key factors and elements to that, but I think, again, once people get these in hand, they're gonna be like, oh, those are actually nicer than I thought they were. And over time, the shoe's just gonna slowly get gobbled up, and then over time, you're gonna see that price increase.
It's gonna go up.
Demand increase, that storyline increase. And it may not, again, I'm not saying this shoe is going to turn into some $800 shoe or anything like that. I'm just talking about the overall
He's talking about what could happen, yeah.
Ability to get the shoe now. I think you can wait and catch it on sale, but once you get it on sale, you know, don't sleep on that opportunity, especially for us size 13 people. We may not even get the chance to catch it on sale because by the time it goes on sale, it might just be 11 and under or 10 and a half and under on sale, and the size 13 is already sold out. So for us, we got to buy it for retail either way because we won't even get the sale opportunity. So I posted these on Instagram to see what everybody else thinks about the shoe, whether it's fire or trash, how they feel about it. Just very simple question. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow me on IG so you can participate in those polls and see all the results here on the channel. This is what the people said. 71% chose fire and 29% chose trash. That's not a bad score. It's a Jordan 4 at the end of the day. There's gonna be a ton of Jordan 4s, which everybody's talking about that as well when it comes just for the conversation alone of all the Jordan 4s that are coming out this year. People are trying to be selective because it's like,
yeah, man. I mean, like, look, wait, no, these came out already, right? I know that, but damn, they had those are out too. Are those out? Yeah, there's a lot of bangers they're releasing this year.
even if you got everything for retail, it's still going to be a lot of money to go buy everything for retail or some stuff on discount or whatever. So I understand that too. I'm interested to see where these fall throughout the year. Again, I think this is kind of a sleeper just based off of once you get it in hand, it's definitely better than what it looks like online, in my opinion. And when it comes to the military blacks versus the flight clubs, I was very interested by this one because obviously you got the new hot shiny thing and you got some more established credibility behind it. So there's definitely two ways that these could go. 55% of the people chose the militaries and 45% of the people chose the flight clubs. I understand that, and honestly, because they're so similar, I understand also why the score was very close. But I think just with this one outweighing it, having more time in the game, if you want to call it, and more people desiring these or owning them or whatever, you know, I can see them justifying that. But again, everybody hasn't gotten their pairs in the mail yet.
They haven't, bro. They haven't, and they're definitely gonna catch some hype to them for sure.
Everybody hasn't seen these, touched these in person, and I would be interested to do that same poll a year from now or 6 months from now and see how everybody feel again, because the results could potentially change. So that's
For
gonna do
sure.
it. We're getting very close to 400,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button so we can do this next big giveaway. Appreciate you guys as always. See you.
Hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end this off myself. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. Sleaxzegang, like, do it to him. God is good. We out.